what makes you so unique. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. Happy Monday. I am Nicole Everett, the host of Conversations with Nicole, a talk show based here in Tallahassee, Florida, focused on connecting the community through conversations. It is September 14th, 2020, and it's what I call Man Up Monday. Man Up Monday. This is an opportunity for you and I and my guests to talk. I especially am reaching out to the men, the fellas, the brethren, but the ladies can chime in as well. This is an interactive live, so I do expect to receive some comments from you. I would love to hear where you are tuning in from, where you're viewing us from. So in the comments, if you will, put your city and state in the comments and we'll give you a shout out. We are live on Facebook and on Roku TV via Greater Works Network, which is the new network that my partner Gerald Tooks and I started about a month ago. So tune in. We're streaming live on Roku. All right, so my guest is so funny. He's going to tell me he's from Atlanta, Georgia in the private chat. Anyway, so he's getting it started, right? We got a comedian with us tonight. So this gentleman I met about 4 years ago. And it's been a bunch of fun from that time to this. So join me in welcoming comedian Lav Luv.
Thank you. All right, there, settle down. Everybody settle down.
Hey, Lav.
Hey, Miss Nicole, how's it going?
It's going well.
All right.
So we got LaTanya from West Atlanta Metro tuning in.
West Atlanta Metro. She from the hood. That's the West End right there. Woo.
Yes. So
that's right. That's the hood right there.
That's the hood, West Atlanta Metro, right? I think she may be even more west than that, though.
Oh, okay, that's still the hood. Once you get west of the city, it don't get not hood again until you get to Douglasville. So all that's hood out there. Everything west of the city is it.
All right.
I might get shot near the time.
Well, tell the folks. Well, we already know where you're from, but tell them where you were born and tell them who you are, what you do.
I'm from the ATL. I'm here. This is my hometown. I've been to dang near every elementary school in Atlanta, but so I grew up here, played sports here, did everything. So I'm from Atlanta.
Right.
I'm an ATLian to the heart, to the core.
Okay, all right.
Comedian, veteran, all that good little stuff.
Comedian, veteran. Thank you for your service. You were Army.
Yes, Army. I was in the Army.
Okay. All right.
That's right.
So tell the folks who don't know you, how long you've been doing this comedy and, what brought you to the place where you decided you wanted to do comedy?
I've been doing comedy since 95. I started doing comedy in 95. I started doing 95. I'm old as hell. Listen, what you're not gonna do, call me out about my about my time in my job right there. Yeah. I think I got tenure now. That's what I've been long enough. I got tenure now. I don't think they give you nothing in the comedy world for getting tenure, but another show. That's about it.
Work on that.
Yeah, exactly. So they ain't getting nothing. So I started doing comedy in 95. I was actually still in the military because I didn't get out the military till 96. Okay. So I started doing comedy. I was watching Def Jam one night, and it was a guy who was on there, and I was like, yo, he not funny. I was like, I'm funnier than him. So then I'm watching, so I heard a little voice say, okay, you might be funnier than him, but he on TV and you watching him sitting on the couch.
And you not.
And you not. So I was like, yeah, you right about that. So I kept watching Def Jam. So then the voice came back. It's like, so what you gonna do? You gonna take his spot, or you gonna keep sitting here on this sofa? And I was like, no, I'm gonna go for that spot.
Sound like a challenge to me.
Yeah. So from that day forth, I mean, the pursuit was on
Okay.
to chase this dream, this thing we call comedy, stand up comedy.
Yes, yes. Awesome. So you and I talk from time to time about the whole comedy business piece. And, we've talked about how, as far as Black comedy is concerned, there really aren't many Black comedy clubs in the United States of America. So I want you to
Um,
kind of speak to that a little bit.
yeah, it's not. Let me see. There may be 2,000 comedy clubs in the country, and out those 2,005 are Black owned.
Why,
Five.
and
Out
why
of the
is that? Why do you believe that is?
it's a multitude of reasons, but one of the reasons are, we want to always reinvent the wheel.
Mm,
We want to be comedy club from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Then we want to turn to the regular club at 11 o'clock, and then we want to bring strippers in at 2. And
mm,
so we just want to do too much. See, the other the white clubs, they just do comedy. They don't do all the other stuff. They do comedy. They're all ran damn near the exact same way. And they're real cookie cutters. They're different clubs, but they actually all could be franchises because they all ran exactly the same. But again, we want to reinvent the wheel. That's one of our biggest downfalls when people have tried to open these comedy clubs, these Black owned comedy clubs.
So what's the cookie cutter formula?
Um, you know, uh they're ran the same way, they book the same way, every club pays the same thing, they advertise the same way.
Hmm.
Their commercials are put together the same way, their seating is put together the same way, their menus are almost exactly the same.
Mm,
Their corporate model is almost exactly the same. That's why I say it's the equivalent to Target and Walmart. I
mm.
mean, Target is a little bit higher scale.
Target.
uh Target is considered to be, a higher scale than Walmart, but they basically the same store. And that's how the mainstream clubs are. They basically all the same clubs. Some may be a little bit more the higher end than others, but they all the same exact club. Whereas you go to a Black owned club, they might have a biker night, and then one night they got thug night, and you know what I'm saying. They just got all this. That ain't how the white clubs do. That we do comedy. That's what we do.
That's it.
They like Chick-fil-A. They do chicken. Ain't no hamburgers being sold here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no tacos being sold here. Ain't no pizza night
Right.
at Chick-fil-A. It's just
Right.
straight chicken, and it is my pleasure. That's Chick-fil-A. And that's how the white clubs are. They keep it real simple.
Right. So when we go to the Black comedy night, like you said, it's a whole bunch of other things maybe going on,
Yes.
prior to the comedy show, after
Yes.
the comedy show. So I think that is a huge differential, and we promote ours differently as well.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Mm.
Without a doubt. We we do radio, we do flyers, we do all of that type of stuff. One of the things is, people, like, somebody told me a story. They was talking about a product. If you eat a cake from somebody,
Hmm.
and you love the cake and it tastes great, they made you a pound cake. It was one of the best pound cakes you ever had in your life. So then you call them 3 weeks later, you'd be like, hey, I'm having a party. Can I get one of your pound cakes? And they're excited because they ain't never sold a pound cake before, and you willing to buy a pound cake. So now they do all this extra stuff trying to be creative with the pound cake.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the pound cake and it don't taste the same.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yo, I get that you did all this creative stuff to the pound cake, but I want the pound cake that I want it the way I ordered it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want you to do all this creative stuff. And that's the thing about it. When people order stuff, when you give them something that they like and then they ask for it again, they want it the exact same way they got it the first time. They don't want you to do nothing. Don't be creative with my cake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me the same cake I had the first time. And that's kind of how the white clubs are. They make sure they give you the same thing every time you come. So you don't have to worry about variations of the quality of the show from week to week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily what we do. We always want to be creative. We always trying to think, what can I do different? Don't do nothing different. Just give me my pound cake. That's all I'm looking for.
Pound cake.
Yep.
So Tiffany is shouting you out. Hey, Lav Luv, a Comic View classic comedian.
Well, thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. That made me feel even older, but I appreciate it though. I'm glad you watched those. I just want to be remembered. I'm like Jesus. Just keep remembering me. Just remember me. Don't say my name every now and then. That's it.
So let's talk about that. How was that Comic View experience?
Comic View was cool. The first year I did Comic View, I thought my performance was real C-. But that was because it was my first time on TV. I was super nervous. And I put way more pressure on myself than I should have. Gotcha. I treated it like I was doing TV, when in actuality, I should have just treated it like another show. And so by doing that, and then the second year I did Comic View, I thought my performance was significantly better. It's because I was significantly more relaxed the second year, and I treated it like just another show, and it came out to be way better. Okay,
so much so that didn't you win?
That's Who Got Jokes. That was many moons later. That was Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes. That was on TV One.
Gotcha.
Comic View. I just did Comic View for six seasons in a row. Did Comic View 6 seasons in a row. Okay. And then I did some other stuff, and then Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes came along, and then it was season 3. I won season 3 of Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes.
Okay, nice. Now, what was that experience like?
That was actually cool. I learned a lot. It was a lot of wins and a lot of losses overall. And losses meaning I made errors. Like I won it. So after I won, you got a half-hour special on TV One. Well, the thing about performing on TV is, whether it's Comic View, Def Jam, Comedy Central, nobody asks you anything. They bring you in. They say, hey, you got 5 to 7 minutes. This is your spot on the stage. You got 5 to 7 minutes. Let me see what you're gonna wear, and then that's it. Nobody asks you anything. Well, after I won Who Got Jokes and I got the 30-minute special, well, the 30-minute special is all about you. So now they wanted to know what music says Lav Luv. How do you envision the stage being? What ambiance lights speak to you? And I'm like, I don't damn know.
So it's your whole,
what I'm saying?
Right. It's your whole production.
Yeah, but since when you've never been asked those type of things, you don't think about those types of things. So now you leave them and put them in the hands of other people who don't really care. They just gonna pick what they like and what they want, which may or may not be good for you. See, so some of the stuff I picked was good. Some of the stuff I picked was bad. Some of the stuff I let other people pick that didn't necessarily fit me. So it could have been significantly better, but it was a learning experience. Now I could executive produce a comedy special for myself like nobody's business, because I have done one before and I know what to look for and what I need, what I don't need, what is Lav Luv, what isn't Lav Luv. So it's one of them things you may not necessarily win the war, you may not win the battle, but I won the war.
Okay. So pretend you just won. Who's Got Jokes. What would it look like for you in 2020?
2020, it's a big stage. I like classic comedy. So I like the comic microphone and the curtain behind them, just like Eddie Murphy's Raw, Delirious, Chris Rock's Bring the Pain. You know what I'm saying? Just super simple stage setup, and maybe a big my name on the stage somehow in big letters. I think it's important for branding. So I definitely would have my names on the stage somewhere. So every time you saw me, you still saw my name in the back. And it would just be that type of simple set. But in an environment that is very conducive. It would be filmed in Atlanta. Okay. My 30-minute special was filmed in LA, which is not conducive to stand-up comedy at all, because people in LA come to shows to see each other. They don't come to see the show.
Wow.
So So that wasn't conducive. And that was one of those things to where I didn't fight for that with my special. And I found out later on, I was like, yo, you should have fought for that because it was supposed to be filmed in Atlanta.
Okay.
Then at the last minute, they changed cities.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know that if I'd have bucked and said, well, then I'm not doing it, then they would have had to do it in Atlanta. But I didn't know that. I didn't know I had that type of power.
Gotcha. And what about intro music? Will we have
intro music? It would be something. It would be something that's Atlanta, very classic Atlanta.
okay.
Maybe something by Outkast or CeeLo or something like that. But it would be very, very Atlanta-ish to stamp the show as being a true Georgia boy.
Okay. So ATL.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I got it. I ain't mad at you. All right. So, we talked about, I mentioned 2020, which of course now it's like that's the mark of the beast, right?
Right, boy.
Because of COVID, right? So tell me what comedy has been like as a result of COVID.
It's been no comedy for the most part. Everything's shut down for the most part. And then so I'm a big proponent. I love the business part side of comedy in the entertainment industry too. So I love both sides of it, like performing like the business. The business thing about it is most comedy clubs a comedy club is just a restaurant that happens to have live entertainment. So for a comedy club to win, it has to have somewhat of a restaurant business model. So a restaurant has to little restaurant business 101. A restaurant has to have 60% capacity to break even or to begin to make a profit.
Okay.
So right now, most clubs in almost every major city are down to like 20-30% capacity. So if you at a 20-30% capacity as a regular restaurant, you can't make no money. Now at a comedy club at 20-30% capacity and you have entertainment every night that you have to pay for. So you have added overhead that a restaurant doesn't have. It kind of kills what you can do. So most comedy clubs are just closed, even though they may legally be able to be open right now, the numbers don't allow them to be open because they would lose money by being open. So it's better for them just to be closed.
It's not going to make business sense.
Yeah, not going to make businesses. So comedy is basically at a stalemate right now. Everybody just sitting and waiting for it to open back up. Some clubs are open and they're operating at these lower capacities, but most are just closed.
So what have some of your comedian colleagues been doing, to kind of offset the loss in income?
Have you noticed the uptick in crime? These boys out here getting it, but they making it happen. I think different comics have done different things. Some comics have gone to doing virtual shows. That's one of the big things, virtual shows, and then you put your Cash App up, and then people tip you through the Cash App. Some people have actually had,
sort of like the DJs. Have you been seeing some of the DJs?
Yes, it's basically the same exact thing that you've seen the DJs do with the Cash App at the bottom, and you tip your DJ. Same thing with the comics; they're doing it. I'm not a fan of that because I think stand up is microphone, comic, audience. I think it's a equation that has to have all three parts for it to be truly successful. And once you take one of those pieces out, I think that's what the inconsistency of it. That's equivalent of you putting sprinkles on my pound cake. I didn't ask for pound cakes don't have sprinkles. The hell is you doing? You know what I'm saying? And so when you start doing stand up without the audience, I think you just get into a lot of the unknown, and I'm just not a fan of that. So I haven't done that.
You need energy from the audience, correct?
Yeah. Well, you can, but I think the audience stand-up is built around instant feedback. See, the audience instantly lets you know what is good and what is bad. They let you know right there, and they let you know that by laughing or not laughing. But if you're performing online virtually and the audience isn't there, now you just up there talking. Now you don't know what's working and what doesn't work. And the artistry of comedy the difference between a joke being funny on stage and not being funny could be as simple as an inflection in your voice. It could be as simple as the pace that you said it. It could be as simple as the order in which you put it. So all of those things you feed off of the crowd to let you know what order the joke should be in. They let you know, the crowd lets you know when to have that inflection in your voice and when not to have that inflection. Those are the things that's the give and take of the audience comedian relationship. And you don't have those things when you do it virtually.
Well, you have to look at the comments.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm supposed to do my material, and so yeah. Why the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? Ha 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 ha. Okay, yeah, that one was funny. Nah, I'm not with it.
That don't work.
I'm good.
That don't work for you.
No, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me.
Well, maybe we could get you like a virtual audience, like the NBA games have been going on with the,
Oh, you're gonna pump in crowd noise to the show. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
would that work for you?
I guess if you got a professional audience noise maker, maybe it will. I mean, I don't know. Because then I would know the difference. Then I would get that instant feedback.
Somebody know when to mesh that button at the right time.
Yes, exactly. Right, a professional laugh track person. Yes.
Well, what have you been doing since COVID?
I've been doing a lot of my behind the scenes stuff. Working on scripts, finishing up scripts. I had a couple of Zoom meetings with some producers and some production companies. So things like that, getting stuff in place to when COVID is over or gets to the point to where stuff starts to open back up. I can hit the ground running. Not necessarily just with stand up, but with all the other stuff too. So that's a lot of stuff that I've been doing behind the scenes, and then just trying to think about stuff to do just in case COVID is around even longer than we anticipate, or longer, because we don't know when it's going to end. So now you got to start thinking outside the box. What if this is around for another year? You can't just keep sitting at the house. So you got to figure out something else.
So what's your backup job now?
My backup job? You seen this uptick in crime?
Set the line tonight. This uptick in crime.
I'm just saying, somebody got to lay it down out here. You know what I'm saying? Tell Nana to give up the purse. I need that butterscotch. Listen, so no, every old lady got some butterscotch. Listen, so yeah, and some peppermint, and then after Halloween, they all got that nasty orange and black candy, orange and black paper wrap candy. So I don't necessarily have a backup job. What I do is I just start to push the other things, the intangible things that I do. I know dudes who are on writing teams. So I was like, hey, you need some help writing that script. I have talent. And so then dudes have been like, hey, you know what? Yeah, come on. So, that helps subsidize. And then you just start thinking outside the box and try to think of new and different stuff to do. So
there's nothing else you would do if you couldn't do comedy anymore. There's nothing else that you would imagine yourself doing.
Let me see. I would learn to speak Spanish and learn the metric system very well. Yeah.
What? So we recently
ounces, kilos, grams.
No.
Hey.
No.
See, you a dream killer. That's what you are.
That's what I am. No, I got one for you.
You a dream killer.
I got one for you. So recently, Chadwick Boswick.
Yeah, okay.
Boseman rather, transition. He was our Black Panther.
Okay.
No, I love your African accent.
I could be the king of Wakanda.
Okay, let's hear it.
I listen. Today we are here for Wakanda. The people of Wakanda will not stand for this anymore.
Yes.
As your king, I am here to tell you that today is another day. No.
I think you got it down. I think that's
Wakanda. No,
I think that's it.
Okay.
That's it right there.
I would be the new Black Panther. I'll be that.
You be the new Black Panther.
I will.
Very
I
cool.
would be.
Very cool costume too.
Hey, without a doubt. I would see, but I'm the type of dude. See, I got some ninja in me and some black dude in me. So, I mess around. We finish rapping. I be took the costume home. Be wearing it at the mall. Like, yeah, y'all know
No.
what it is. Yeah, I got the new. I'm the new, yeah, me. That's me. It won't even be no secret no more. Yeah, I'll be out at the mall with it. Your king is here. Your king is here. Remember Killmonger was like, "Is this your king?" Yes, I am their king. It is me. No.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, that's it. That is it. So, all right. So what else have you been doing since COVID? I know a lot of people have picked up some new skill sets. Have you picked up anything, learn something new? You say you want to learn Spanish, but have you picked up anything since COVID has happened?
Let me see. What have I picked up since COVID? I have my workout regimen is significantly better. I have truly committed to my workout regimen, and it is it's paying dividends.
Mm-hmm.
Offsetting
the COVID-19, because I know a lot of people got the COVID-15, the 19, the 25, and the 30.
I think I got about a COVID 30.
Uh-huh.
But I got most of it off though, so I'm good now though. I got most of it. I got most of it off. Now I need to just right now. I got still got a little tummy, but it's look like I'm in my first trimester. But I'm carrying low, so it might be a boy. But I'm trying to get rid of the little tummy. Once I get rid of the tummy, I'm gonna be okay. I might be right now. Yeah, I can't be the king of Wakanda with a tummy. That's not cute.
That's not gonna work. No.
That's nah.
So what's your go-to COVID food or snack? A lot of people have been doing pasta and lots of rice and sweets and things of that nature. You got something that, just
wraps. I make a turkey wrap that I love with the spinach wrap and with turkey.
Okay.
I cut up the lettuce to tomatoes, a red onion. Red onions are better on, I'm a cook too. I'm like a low-key bootleg hood chef. So red onions are always better on sandwiches and stuff like that.
The cooking comedian, ain't that something right there?
So yeah, that's my go-to. I will put me together a turkey wrap in a minute. Yes.
All right. Cool. And then let's see. So all right, we talked about your exercise regimen. You're getting rid of the COVID 30 or 19 or whatever you had. Cooking, you said these turkey wraps.
Yes, my turkey wraps.
What about television? Any what you watching on Netflix or whatever? Anything you binge watch or?
I watched the show and I'm mad that I caught onto it so much later. Was Ozark.
Oh, yeah.
Ozark was freaking phenomenal. I'm mad that I caught it late.
Yes. Yeah.
That, and then I just started watching Lovecraft Country. Love Country Craft or whatever it's called. It's on HBO.
Okay.
It's a weird ass show. It's a lot going on, but I got to keep watching because I'm trying to figure out where they going with this. So I'm trapped into watching it because they have added it's so out there and so crazy. Yeah. It's like I'm trying to figure. I just want to know how it all come together. So they got me sucked in because of that. But it's crazy. It is it's magic. It's wizards. But it's set in the 60s. So you got the whole race thing jumping off, and it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, but it's interesting as hell, as weird as it is, though. So that's the two things: Ozark and and I binge watched Ozark, and I've watched all of that. Marty Bird. Have you ever watched Ozark?
Yes, listen. I stayed up like for 2 whole weekends. I watched all of the seasons, so I'm ready.
That damn Marty Bird.
Yes, he is something else.
He the truth.
He is. Ozark was the bomb.
Yes, without a doubt.
Cooked like The Wire. What about
Yeah.
Shy? Had you gotten into that?
I've not seen The Shy, and I know a lot of people say it is very good, and I don't doubt that. I just haven't watched The Shy, and it's on the list of series to watch. It is
Yes.
definitely on the list.
So other folks are co-signing on Ozark. Nick said Ozark is gangster.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
Mhm.
Magnificent.
Yes, it is. It is. So let's transition on to this Power Up comedy tour. Tell the folks about that.
Okay, so one of the things, I was talking to you about how the fact that the clubs, most of the clubs are closed,
Mhm.
so it's kind of hard to work. And people don't realize how performing live, how important it is to comedians. It is almost like our air.
Mhm.
So most working comics, the concept of having not been on stage for 3 weeks in a row, that's unheard of. But
Mhm.
you have comics out here now who haven't been on stage in 4 or 5 months. And so I was trying to think, the whole reinventing yourself, or trying to think of something outside of the box, because you don't know how COVID is going to be.
Mhm.
Well, I got my comedy is my dream job. And a while back I got my dream car, which is a Tesla.
Mm.
And so I was thinking one day, I was like, yeah, it would be cool to drive across country in the Tesla. And I was like, so then I came up with the concept of driving across country. Tesla has these things called superchargers. So I
Mhm.
came up with the concept of driving across country in the Tesla and stopping at the superchargers in various major cities and set up and perform outside. So it's already socially distanced, it's
Mhm.
outside, everybody's in their cars or whatever, and perform outside at the supercharger. So I put the tour together, planned it out, put the dates together, and we ready to roll. I mean, we fine tuning some stuff behind the scenes, but we ready to go.
That is so exciting. I mean, I've never heard of anything like this before. Have you heard of a comic doing like a cross country tour on the road, stopping even not at super chargers, but at different cities to? And I'm not talking about being on tour in a tour bus. I mean, like driving across country to stop places and have comedy shows.
No, not really. I haven't heard anybody doing it. Not the way I plan on doing it. Stopping at the cities, talking to the people, in the different cities, interviewing and having conversations with other Tesla owners, and and possibly talking to some of the managers of some of the comedy clubs in these cities that
Mhm.
I've worked at and now can't work at because they're closed.
Right.
So those things. So just a cornucopia of things. So going all the way to the West Coast and then coming all the way back and hitting all these different cities. I just think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. Get an opportunity to meet a lot of new people. A lot of people get to meet me possibly for the first time. And we'll see. Get some new fans. Laughter is an essential service. Whether
Yeah.
people realize it or not, it is, laughter. It has been proven that laughter and smiling uh improves your health. It has been that's been proven. That's a proven fact. Now I'm not just saying it or think it because I'm a comedian, but it's a proven fact.
Mhm.
So I see myself as in this dog day of Wakanda coming, this providing a service that I definitely think is needed. It's free. We're gonna be outside. All just a little time. Come out, have a good time, get your laugh on, and enjoy yourself. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the funny for the free
Bring
to
the
you.
for
You don't
free.
have to come to me. You don't have to be anybody's club. You don't have to do anything. I'm gonna come to you.
Okay. So are you going to broadcast at each station in terms of, on social media or something like that?
Definitely. I do multiple check-ins while on the road. I'm gonna do check-ins while driving when I get to different locations.
Mhm.
There'll be clips from the shows in the different cities, and the conversation clips of the conversations with the different Tesla owners. It's just people who just decide they want to come to the show. You don't have to be a Tesla owner. It'll
Mhm.
be at the Tesla superchargers, but you don't have to be a Tesla owner to come to the show. I just want people to come have a good time at the end of the day. Come have a good time, laugh, and we enjoy ourselves in the midst of everything that's going on, socially and everything else. Just is a little break from all of the craziness and all a break from all of the madness that's taking place. Just come have a good time. It's super simple. Come have a good time.
Okay. So what are some of the cities that you're planning on stopping in?
Houston, New Orleans, Houston, El Paso, Tucson, LA, Palo Alto. Palo Alto seems like an odd city, but it's not an odd city. That's where Tesla's headquarters is.
Ah,
So that's why Palo Alto is on the list. Vegas, Oklahoma City, Dallas,
okay.
Birmingham, and Atlanta. I think those are those are all the cities.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Have you been to Palo Alto before?
I've never been to Palo Alto. I've been in that area because Palo Alto is in the San Francisco, San Jose, that's right outside. It's like a suburb of the Bay Area, kind of almost.
Gotcha. Now, how far is that from LA, roughly?
Palo Alto is roughly 4 hours from LA. North is like roughly 3 to 4 hours north of LA.
Okay. So that'll be the northernmost point that you go to.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And then start working back.
All right.
East.
And when are you supposed to depart from the
right now I'm scheduled to leave on the 27th of this month. But I got a phone call today which may make me start everything on the 26th.
Oh, okay.
Which is and I don't want to talk about it yet because it hasn't been confirmed.
Okay.
But it'll be a great kickoff if these people get behind it. And this particular thing happens, it'll be a great thing to start it all off because it'll come with a lot of media attention.
Okay. So what do the folks at Tesla think about this tour?
They don't know yet.
Oh,
I've reached out to them multiple times.
okay.
Now, I have a friend who is actually works for an advertising agency. I used to do the radio commercials for the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
So I reached out to him today and I talked to him, and he's like, the problem you're going to run into initially with Tesla is the fact that Tesla doesn't do advertisement at all. He was like, think about it. You've never seen a Tesla commercial. He's like, so that he said that's a good thing and a bad thing. He said it's a good thing because it speaks to the power of their company. The fact that all of their cars have been sold off word of mouth. But it's a bad thing for you because it's going to be harder to get that relationship with them. But the fact that you are doing this, he said that a lot of companies, because of COVID, are moving towards these types of things. So he's like, that's the good thing about it. So he say, so it's not unheard of that they wouldn't get on board with this. He said this is something that they're more likely to get on board. And he loved it. Once he heard it, he was like, I want to help.
Okay. So you going to Palo Alto to knock?
Oh yeah, we're gonna knock on the door. We're gonna knock on the door.
Okay. Yeah. So what is it like being a Tesla owner?
It's cool because it's I don't know how much gas costs no more. I don't know. There's no need for me to keep up with it. I don't use the stuff. It's like dope. Man, I don't do that. Yes. So it's no maintenance. So that's another thing. Another thing that made me think about it. I was running one day. I was at the park. So this lady flags me down and she was like, can you take your car out of town? I was like, yeah, I can take my car out of town. She's like, because somebody was telling me that you can't take them out of town. You can't take them on the road. I was like, yeah, you can. She's like, that's what I get for asking somebody who don't own one. I was like, yeah, you're right about that because you can. And then somebody else told me, he's like, what about the maintenance? I heard the maintenance was through the roof. There is no maintenance. They don't have oil. They don't have oil, so there's no oil changes. They don't have a transmission, so your transmission can't go bad. They don't have an engine, so your engine can't go bad. No timing belts. Where's the maintenance? Your only maintenance is changing your brakes and changing your tires. That's it. That's your maintenance.
Wow, it's challenging to wrap my mind around. I'm telling you. So how good is the mileage in terms of charge versus how many miles you get?
Well, okay, so different Teslas, they have different battery sizes. So different battery sizes do go different distances, and different cars go different. They yada yada yada.
Gotcha.
My particular car goes 230 miles each charge.
Okay.
So as long as I'm driving like a regular person and not enjoying the power that my car has, I can go the entire 230 miles between charges. Now, this where the beauty come in. Once I drive them 230 and I happen to stop at a supercharger to fill up again, $4.
How much?
About $4.
$4.
It sound better when you say it, because it sure sound good when I say it. And it can actually be cheaper than that. So it's like any other, it's like the electricity in your house. The same way, electricity is cheaper at that it comes into your house at night, and they have peak times for power. So even at a peak time, if I'm at a peak time on power, the most it's going to cost me to fill up my car is roughly $8.
Wow.
And that's at the most. I've charged up like in the middle of the night after a show, on the road, and drove back to Atlanta, and then get to one of the superchargers because I'm low, and from dang near empty to full, it was like $2.15.
What?
Yeah.
I can't even believe it.
Hey, don't spite me. Get like me.
I want to trust and believe. That sounds like heaven tonight.
Hey, it is. The upfront, the sticker, don't get me wrong. I get the sticker shock. It is what it is. I'm not gonna front on that piece of it. But the thing about it is, what you pay for up front, you get all back on the back end. Because you're not worried about a lot of the things that other people worry about with their car. You're not worried about any of those things. Add up the amount of gas that you put in your car every year, what you pay for maintenance, the routine maintenance stuff like oil changes. If you got a Benz, you're paying for A services and B services, which is about $1,500 a pop.
Oof, child, don't even talk about it.
See what I'm saying? So just in maintenance, if you got I used to have a Benz. Like if you got a Benz, if you got a Mercedes, your maintenance every year is probably $5,000-$6,000, if not more. And you got to use premium gas.
Easy.
See what I'm saying? So $5 or $6 grand.
Especially once you get over the 100,000 mile mark.
See what I'm saying? So break that $5 grand down. What is that? Roughly what? $200 a month, something like that, roughly. So add that to so the standard car note is roughly about $400. So you add that $200 a month in maintenance to that $400 car note, you got your Tesla car note. If you got good credit. If you got good credit, you got your Tesla car note. So it's all the same thing. It balances out.
True that. Well, congratulations on the tour. I mean, I'm excited for you. Looking forward to seeing how this turns out, and all of the places that you go and the people that you meet. So definitely have to stay tuned in and watch this journey.
Hey, I'm looking forward to. I think the most exciting, because one of the biggest things I miss about doing stand up is the people. I definitely miss the people. I miss the interacting with the people, joking around with the people. Again, because it's instant feedback. So I love being in front of the crowd, doing something that people can leave and like, yo, I had a good time. I laughed. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't sitting here worried about getting shot. I wasn't sitting in here worried about people getting ready to fight. I just sat down and I laughed and smiled and had a good time. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part about what I do.
That's awesome. Love to hear that. Now, does your family think that you're funny?
It depends on who you talk to. But the thing, most of my family, they think they damn funny. So I actually sit back and let them entertain me. Yeah, and they do their job. They entertain the hell out of me. My uncles and everybody, let them tell it. They the comedians.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't mad. I'm not on no ego stuff. Do your thing, Unc.
Uh-huh. Now you going to Birmingham, and I know you have some family there. Are they coming to see you perform?
Yes, they have already said. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about people and family. People see stuff and be begging and don't even need to beg. I had to cook, man. Hey, can you give me some tickets for that PowerUp tour? It's free, dude. It's free. What do you? Why are you calling me asking me for tickets
That's
for
what
something that's free?
that's
It's
what he used to
free.
do when he see you. When you come to town, just hook him up with some tickets.
Exactly, and that's what they do. So pay. Yeah, you're gonna be the only person paying for the free show. So yeah, but so yeah, they definitely like don't forget to let us know when you gonna get here. So hey.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, that's great. Well, anything else you want to say or chat about before we get ready to close out?
Um, for everybody that's watching, not just for me, because I'm one of these people who want everybody to win. So I just want to say this for everybody that's watching. If you like somebody and something that they do from an entertainment perspective, i.e., you're watching Conversations with Nicole, if you like Lav, you like some rapper, you like another comedian, I always tell people you have to do something to help that person move their number.
Amen.
And what I mean by move their number is right now everything's based upon a number. That's number of views, number of followers, number of comments. Everything's based upon a number now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not doing something to help that person move their number, the unfortunately the reality is you don't support them for real.
Mm.
Because without that number movement, they can't prove to the powers that be that they have support.
Right.
So only what I want to say is if you like somebody,
Mm-hmm.
help them move their number. Whatever way that is, clicking, getting a friend to click, whatever that takes. Do something to help that person move their number. Super simple.
Yes, I love it. So that just goes to reiterate something that I talk about. Support can show up in many different ways. It's not just financial support, although financial support is good,
It's always good.
but there are other ways that you can support by, subscribing, following, friending, liking, sharing, commenting, and telling people like
Yeah.
word of mouth. That still works really well.
Yeah. I always say it just amazes me that people will like, click forward, and follow people that they don't know, but won't click or follow you, and they know you. It's like, yo, you know me. We have talked. You've been to a show. We've had a conversation, but you won't forward my stuff. But every
Right.
time I look up, you got so and so stuff on your page. Like
Mhm.
I don't get that, but
Yes. Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
that's how people do sometimes.
That's how they do. And you and I have talked about that many times.
And let me tell you, I give you one guess what color the dude was from the advertising agency that heard the idea, and his first thing was, "Oh, I want to help. I want to be a part of this."
Mm, I guess he wasn't from Wakanda.
He is not from Wakanda. I tell you what he wears from. He said, the both of you is going to come over here, and you know what I'm saying? We're going to put something together, and me and Paulie, we're going to come back and give you the business, huh? so,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but hey, do something to help somebody move their number. What that is. It costs nothing to click.
Yep.
Click like, click follow, click subscribe. That costs nothing.
Mm-hmm. True that. Very true. Very true. Well, how can folks connect with you?
Follow me on of course, like anything else, I'm on all social media platforms. Everything's comedian Lav Luv. Lav Luv is LAVLUV, and everything's comedian Lav Luv. The only thing that's not comedian Lav Luv is my Instagram. It's comedian Lav Luv 1, and that's because I forgot the password to the first one. But so hey, I'm just being honest. So outside of that, everything's comedian. Click, follow, Go to the website. Even the website's comedianlavlove.com. Everything's on the website. So do that.
Good deal. Well, thank you so much, Lav,
No,
for
thank you for having me.
my pleasure, and definitely,
Okay, Chick-fil-A employee.
yes, that's right, that's right. And I'm not even from the ATL.
Okay.
I will be sharing again. Your flyer was on the promo that I put out for today's show, but sharing it on my platforms so that folks can follow you as you travel cross country.
That's right. You want this to be successful. I hate to get back and have to get in these streets.
We do not want him in these streets.
No, you really don't right there, because I'm going for broke right there. I believe I'm an overachiever. I believe if you're going to do it, go all the way. So no, you don't want me.
So tell your friends, family, loved ones that are in El Paso, New Orleans, Birmingham, Palo Alto, Los Angeles, and wherever else.
Las Vegas and Oklahoma City.
Check him out. Get those. He got these free jokes he gonna be giving away. So go support. Go support.
Giving them away.
Giving them away. Giving them away.
Giving them away.
Benita said, "Great show." Thanks, Benita.
Thank you, Benita.
All right. Very good. Well, y'all, this has been a great show. I agree as well. This is a wrap. Thank you, Lav, again, and we will see you on the road.
Oh, thank you. I will see y'all. I'll blow at you if I pass by you.
What a Tesla horn sound like?
Like any other car horn.
All right.
It sound like a car note.
Get off my show. Bye.
Bye.